Guten Morgen, fröhliche Leute! In our last episode, we left off with finishing of hanging the doors. Look at that behind me, looks great. So now we need to do some trim work. So in today's episode, we're going to cut up and hang all the trim and get this door all trimmed out. So let's get to work. Laters! Okay, we got the doors hung, and we went outside and we cut the inside strips to cover the screws. So now we're going to close the door, right? And butt this up against the door on the inside like that, against this wall, and then we're going to use the brad nailer and nail it into place. And then later on we'll patch up the little brad nail holes and paint over everything. So let's do that. All right, other side. Okay. Groove. Now we'll measure the distance from here to here to make the top piece. Go this way so I can see. And that is going to be 34 7/8. Alright, so let's go cut the top piece. We'll be back. Alright, we have our top piece cut. Fit into place. Lined up. Throw a couple more in there just for good measures. So, that pretty much sums up hanging the doors. Next we have to cut the trim that goes around the outside here to cover up these gaps in these sideboards. Alright, so let's go do that. For now, let's marvel on our niceness. I like it. Alright, so this is our door pack from Home Depot. Let's unravel it. It's a bunch of cellophane wrap on the ends. Alright, so lay this down. Grab one piece. For this, we're going to cover this on the outside like that. Alright, so we're going to need to cut a 45 over here so that we can trim it out. And I think I'm also going to cut a little notch out right here where the hinges are so that I can bring it over closer to the inside like that. Just give it a nicer reveal. So right now, I'm going to mark out where those hinges are.
That marks where my 45 degree has to go. So we'll call this left. Let's go measure the right. We're going to just draw a line here, go 45 so we know which way we got to cut it. Same on this one. Okay, call this right.
And later on we'll come back and measure for the top. So for now, let's go cut these notches and tops off. So, to cut the notches in the door parts for the hinges, we're just going to use the handsaw to cut in about a 1/4 inch, and then we're going to use a chisel to chop off the top. Love these Japanese saws. They're very sharp, very precise. Right now, I'm gonna go grab a chisel. Just use pressure to score a line across here.
I just broke down a little bit. Need to be more careful. Alright, one.
before. Now we got to cut these 45s. We're going to do that on our crosscut sled. So let's get that set up. We have our crosscut sled. Lay it up on the table. All right, we have this part here, our adjustable fence. I'm gonna raise the blade up all the way, or high. We use our 45 gauge. And align the blade at a 45-degree angle. Lock down these knobs. Right. Okay, that's at a 45. Now we're going to cut a test piece to make sure that we're at a right angle. First, we're going to go find a scrap piece of material. Make sure it's square. So we got a perfect 90 degree. Right. And then we're going to lower our saw blade back down. Put our material in there. Make a cut, and then we're going to measure to see if it's 45. To do that, we're going to use the help of a known true 45-degree machinist square. Put that together. Now I know that this is a 45-degree angle. It looks like we're just a little off because we got a gap up there. All right. Let's see. So, I'm gonna try another test piece. First, let's try this piece here. So this is the edge that we checked. And it's actually almost spot on. So we're gonna cut a couple test pieces first and check those before we cut our real ones. So this is just a piece of scrap. I'm gonna put it up against the fence. Cut. I'd say that's a perfect 45. So we're ready to cut our parts. So this one has a line going this way. So that means the cut has to come this way. So we're gonna draw a mark on here on the back side so we know where to line up at. And we're going to line that up at the edge of our saw slot. And then we're going to cut that across. And because we just wrote a squiggly line up here, we're gonna go check this real quick inside just to make sure it fits, and we'll come back out. All right, so we're checking this out. Our hinge slots fit perfectly, and our 45 is perfect where it needs to go. So now we can go cut our other one. There's the lower hinge slot, works perfect. So that piece is good to go. We're gonna go outside and cut the other one. All right, we got the second one lined up. Now we're gonna cut. All right, let's go measure this one. Or not measure, but check it. All right, so both of these side pieces fit nicely, so we're going to go ahead and tack them into place with the brad nailer. We'll add some more later, but right now we're going to go cut the top piece. But first we need to measure. Inside 36 1/8. Outside 40 5/8. So we got our measurement, let's go. All right, we need to make our first cut on a 45 in this fashion, and then we have to measure from the top part to the other corner to get our 40 5/8 inches. So let's cut the first. Now let's make our measurement. $40 5/8. So first, we're going to cut this straight off here so that we can fit it in our tool. To do that, we're going to pop the sled off real quick. Plenty of length left for the other one. Okay. Pop our sled back in place. Now we'll measure for where the cut line is. And go fit. All right, the moment of truth. Awesome sauce! Let's tack it on. Oh yeah, that's how it's done. But wait, we're not done yet. Damn it. All right, to the inside. All right, now we have to measure the trim for the inside. So we have our first piece, which we need to turn around carefully. There are no hinges or anything to worry about on this side, so we just have to line it up and mark where our 45 goes. Okay, so that's that. Then we need to measure the other side. So earlier I said when we do the inside, because of the way this wall is, we're gonna have to do some molding magic. So I'm gonna try and figure out what I gotta do to make this nice.
So, let's see. What can we do? I don't know. No, that made it look nice. If we do that,
All right, so I think what we're gonna do is pop the phone off here. Because of the way this weird corner is here, I think I'm going to cut this piece off flush with the top of this, right? And just mount it straight in here like this, so that this seam is kind of covered, right? And it's bowed right now, but I'm gonna tack it in and bring it all tight like that. And I think that'll give the nicest reveal. And then I'll just bring the other one across the top straight to here. So I think that's how we're gonna do it. All right, this is the left-hand side. It gets the 45 cut. So we're gonna line it up. And then we're gonna cut it. Alright, that's that. Now we're going to take the piece from earlier and we're going to do the 45 cut that mates up with the 45 cut we just did. Alright, so that's the end of the 45s that we need to make. So I'm going to move the 45 jig on here so I can make some cross cuts straight. Alright, lock that back down. And then we need this piece. We're just going to cut on this line right here, flush with the top of the other part on the closet. So line up our cut line. let's go install these and we'll make our final measurement for this piece. All right, here we go. Okay. All right, that piece is on. To the other side. Okay, this one is gonna go this way. And it's gonna kind of go flush like this. Let's see. Okay, so I'm going to do some finagling with this here to get it nice and flush, and then I'll nail it in place. I'm probably going to put some material behind it to fill in the gap that's back here, and then I'll nail it flush like that, because right now it sticks out about a 1/16 of an inch and I don't like it. But we'll take care of that in a bit. Right now we need to get a measurement for the top. (38.5 inches). All right, let's go. All right, let's make our measurement, 38.5 inches. All right, here we go. Back inside. All right. Moment of truth. Perfection. All right. So, all that's left to do is fix the gap behind this so that we can true this up and then paint everything. So, man, this has been a rough, long project, but fun, yay! Okay, so what I did is I used some of the leftover shim material and shimmed up behind the corner of this part. And then now we'll be able to nail it in place with a perfect zero gap. And so think I'm gonna put a couple more shims in there and then we'll get it done. All right. I'm gonna put some caulk in this gap right here. And paint everything up. And I think we got ourselves a nice door. I'll put some nice handles on here. And that'll be it. See what it looks like on the outside. All right. I think we might put a strip on the inside of the left panel in the middle to prevent a light gap. But I think that it's gonna look pretty darn good once it's all painted up.